Welcome, fall signs, to your abundance reading. Always a pleasure to read for you. We will be looking at the cycle of abundance, which is involved with the cycle of creativity as well as what we need to let go of. It's directly connected to the annual cycle that we experience throughout the year as far as our earth in relationship to the sun. I do include a center card which speaks of the assistance of a ascended master and an energy that can help guide you and keep you driven and focused for whatever you are going to be committing to in this cycle. So you have Angel Bathiel. Also, rose quartz is connected to this card. So this is about your heart energy. The rose quartz is actually very healing. So it's not necessarily about the amplification of this energy. It's more about the soothing of it and bringing it back into a frequency that is in harmony with itself, like its true essence. So it's not distorted by interference. So if you are experiencing any of that, I encourage you to maybe listen to a meditation on heart healing. If you have rose quartz, to keep that close to you. To wear, if you enjoy this color, keep that color around you. And if you even have that as a light, like if you have soft pink lighting, that might be something good to carry you through this time as well. And if you know anyone that possesses this type of energy, then I encourage you to not take that from them. I'm not encouraging like being an energy vampire, but maybe learning from them and understanding how they cultivate that, and maybe reaching out to them and having a conversation about it to get more in touch with how you can be in this energy yourself. So we are going to move into the first position, which actually represents the exact time of year that we're in with the Halloween holiday right now. It's marking that time of year for us where we're letting go of things, which is why it's associated with death, yet we're also going to bring in new things soon. But first we're going to decide from the cycle that we're coming out of right now what we're going to keep. So because we're on mark with this energy, you can look back until the last October 31st, look through that cycle and see what it is that you like about it, and then ask yourself what you don't like and what you would like to let go of. And your card is I've had fire for every person so far. I haven't done the winter one yet. But there may be something about fire itself, which is a transformative energy. So working with fire, this energy feels closer to like cooking or doing a project that may be more creative in nature, crafting, welding, something in the garage or outdoors, or something that just may be a little bit more edgy than you normally do, that might have the ability to help you work with this energy. Again, we're getting the candle lights, as I did in some of the other readings around this. So sometimes that just keeping those actual objects near us, like right now, I always read with a candle by me because I find like I can't quite be in the energy that I need. It's very necessary to have that assisting me while I'm doing the readings, just as I use sage and the singing bowl. So there may be certain tools and processes that you can engage with right now, and in doing so, it may help to kind of free up your logical mind from overthinking about it, letting your hands be engaged in something, letting your body do some of the understanding and the understanding that needs to happen. And remember, through this whole cycle, you want to be carrying this heart healing energy, that this is really at the core of what you are going to be experiencing. So then your next position is about the dream of what you want to have as your ideal harvest through your next cycle of creativity here. And of course, during this precious time of year, we are also experiencing a blue moon, a full blue moon. And to me, this card really speaks of it for you. I feel like this is an exceptionally blessed reading. So, we have the wolf howling at the moon here. So please, if you can, indulge yourself in actually being under this full moon, witnessing the full moon, interacting with it, if you can. It may bring you some insight that is very, very much needed. And it may help you connect to a part of your spirit that you don't always get to engage, that wildness, that earthier energy that can also be very cosmic at the same time. It's really about the fusion of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which you are a creation of. And when you touch into kind of those grandmother, grandfather energies there, you can really feel like you belong and have a place here. And it can be very restorative to feel that type of energy, because in a way it gives you the roots that you need. Again, I'm getting a strong connection between these two energies, so you may have had a grandmother that held a lot of that energy for you, and you may be able to look back at someone, if they're not here right now, that had that energy and really pull from them as well to reconnect to that. Now, moving into this position, this is a final step of purification to prepare yourself for what you're going to be committing to and really making that decision here. So this is a very powerful image. I will bring that closer for you. So I can't, and we're also in Scorpio season too, as we're experiencing all this. So I mean, there's this like magic element and depth and secretive element here too. So whatever you're doing, you may be keeping it a secret. It may be quite complex, and it's kind of got that keep it secret, keep it safe type of vibe. And there's a certain magic to that, and an energizing quality for you as well by doing that, and knowing that you'll reveal it as you need to. We also have the cunning fox right there. So you may have people around you that are trying to meddle in what you're doing, and you may have it under lock and key right now so that they cannot. Or this may just be stating that this is a device that's very cunning for you right now to activate, to keep your secrets safe. We don't always need overexposure or exposure at the wrong time. Everything has its moment. So I'm getting that type of energy here. And also it can keep all those interferences out so that you can really focus on what you are preparing. Again, I'm getting, as I did for someone else, this message that it's important that it's about what you really love. And that's why this heart healing is so important, because you may not, if you're not in touch with this energy, be able to get to the manifesting part of this cycle if you can't connect with where it's coming from, because it's going to be birthed through your love of something and how it's connected to a perhaps spiritualized or intellectualized thing as well. It could be a real conversation between the heart and mind. Whatever you're working on may invoke that. Now we're getting to the position of balance and how you are able to be active and restful or reflective within this cycle. And we have, again, a full moon. Just noticed that. Very exciting. So there may be something that's going on in the full moon for you that can help carry you through here. And, you know, when I do these readings, I do them once per month. So this will be like full moon to full moon here. So there may be something during the day when you're experiencing the full moon or near that day that brings you something that's restorative, that equalizes everything. And I see this being probably some type of friendship. It could be siblings even. Some engagement that's not like overly committed, overly heavy, but it's just enough. It's light and it's playful, and you may be establishing bonds at this time that you can kind of reach out to for time out from yourself, time out for when things get serious if you're working on things alone, and that you may be able to share in one another's illumination. You may be able to inspire one another, help each other see your strengths and your gifts and your potential. Your next position is about the pleasure and freedom that you are finding in your creative commitments in this cycle. And it looks like you are really getting in touch with understanding how to balance the more active and the more restful or more receptive stages of what you're doing. It doesn't look like you've been able to completely align that in a way where they're working together, because the energies they're coexisting, but they have different objectives, and that's okay. I mean, as they should. But what you're finding is that they, in a way, as we're seeing here, that there's some mysteries, some things that are probably not even revealed to you, that in working with both of these energies, that it is creating ways to unlock yourself in this process, maybe that you haven't experienced before, and that this is key to finding that sense of, I want to say, freedom, probably, in what you're doing, to not feel like you are locked into something that you find unchallenging, we could say. So in your next stage here, this is about really the apex of the cycle. This is the high point of like when the sun is at its zenith, and this is the abundance stage. So this is really the maximum potential. Here I am getting this energy that you have really been involved in something where you're not overly egoic about it. You feel more connected to it for how you can learn to be a better person through this, how you can learn to conduct yourself and be in a type of energy and possess a type of quality about yourself through this that brings maturation for you, and that respects you and respects your health, and really about kind of being at the top of what you can offer. and knowing when to like bring that out and release that and share that with the world, so that it feels like you're truly connected to it, that it's very authentic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm not surprised to be seeing this type of energy during Scorpio season. I've been getting this with the other signs. There's this real like lack of ego, and it's more about this diving deep, this inner depth, psychological health, the stability within that part of our being that seems to be so prized during this time, and not allowing like a bunch of unnecessary influences and things that create bad vibes and are destructive. Again, like really choosing to have what comes into your realm, like what you're going to interact with, having a respect for your self-preservation and not, overgiving, oversharing, overdoing it, so that you have your energy intact to be able to give in the best way possible as you see fit. Now, when we get to this position, it's about the protection that you've gained through the new resources that you've acquired here. So, I feel like it's definitely a sense of this emotional mastery, which again is really perfect for this time of year. Understanding that emotions can run deep, but they can also be influenced by good mental health, by having a spiritual connection and also a mental connection to whatever it is that builds you, that makes you feel strong, and finding strength, cultivating your inner strength, knowing that you have inner strength, that is truly resourceful for you during this time. Now in finality, this is about the gratitude and wisdom that you have acquired from this cycle that you'll be going through, that's going to then lead you into your next opportunity. And here we have this affirmation of, finding your inner strength, knowing what that is so that you are directing it, providing yourself with enough protection from forces that you don't want in your life that would be of harm to you, so that your inner strength can be maintained, and giving yourself whatever it takes to be solid, to feel in command, to feel like you have all the integrity that you need within you, like really having quite a bit of self-reliance here, and not worrying about the outer world as much as your inner strength and well-being, which again, very Scorpio. So that's what I have for you during this time. I'm wishing you a blessed full moon experience and sending you my love. Take care.